All right, now G. G, whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, G and G, mate. Stand up a little. G. G. Whoop, 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 whoop. Back. Back up. Now G, little. G. Whoa. G, little. Whoa, ho. Whoa. All right. Now, y'all, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. A wonderful day. So, what we've got here, we've got a pile of logs. We're cutting this bottom out. The creek is right over there. We got to go back across the creek where we're staging the logs at. But we got the creek's right over there, and then we got this hillside that's right up here. Now, we're going to be cutting on top of that hill, but for now, we want to get the stuff that's on the side of the hill off, because it'll be easier to come down the hill than it is to try to go up. So we've cut this little bit of bottom out right here yesterday between the hill and the creek, and now we're getting the logs out. And I've kind of sort of bunched the logs with the skid steer halfway, and I'll tell you why. The reason being is because when we cut this timber yesterday, y'all, there was a just jumbled up mess. You know, I had to push tops back to get enough trees down for us up a load. So in doing so, I had to cut a few down, you know, bunch the logs, push the tops back, cut a few more down, bunch the logs up, push the tops back. And we've already been down the skid trail down there. We've been down that way and got them out. And now we're working on this pile, and there's some more right along in here. And then we're staging right over yonder across the creek. I'll show you all that in just a minute. So the first thing we need to do, I'm gonna get my what I call my head grabs out. See if y'all can make heads of that. It's just a chain, you know, 2 chains with grabs on it and a ring on each end. Let's see now. Probably gonna be better to get this red oak tie. And then this popper cut right here. Uh-oh. And this is low grade stuff. These grabs ain't gonna hurt it. I have a lot of people ask me, well, ain't you worried about what the sawmill's gonna say about the grabs? I said, well, on this low grade stuff, it don't matter. Now, if it was veneer, you know, it'd be different. All right, come here, little. Whoop, whoop. And by the way, I'm working May and June today. G a little bit. G a little bit. Whoop, now back. 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 Back up. Whoa, ho. Now haul a little. Whoop, haul. Whoop. Whoop. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Now I've got a chain dedicated to this cause. It's got a safety hook on it just for this, so I can use it to use on my tongs and my grabs. All right, May June, come here, little. Easy does it now. Whoop. Now see how them are right together, you know, back, back. Now these mules has done me real good so far today. I mean, real good. They have pulled some big loads. They've pulled some doubles that were mighty big, and some singles that were pretty good size. They're a little tired now, a little bit. They got the edge off, put it that way. Whew. All right. All right, come here. Easy. Don't get too overzealous. But they've been doing me a good job, y'all. This is my young team. They're 3 years old. Be 4 this spring. Right here we got to cross this creek. It's kind of a hard bottom. just rock, you know, slate rock, what I call it. It's not real deep. It's good crossing. And then up here on the hill, y'all can see where we've been staging them. I'm gonna try to sneak right by them and put them over here behind them. All right, easy. Oh. Whoa, whoop. That'll do. Let me get y'all loose. Oh. Well, the first thing I like to do is get some slack in the chain and go and get my mules took loose, and that way if something happens, they don't get my fingers. All right, y'all stand up a little. Easy does it now. Easy, mate. Whoa. Whoa. They've been pulling hard, and they've gotten used to pulling hard, so they, when it's time to go easy, they sort of get a little excited. We've got a little bit of that out of them, though, so far today. And the reason being is because all these logs. I mean, y'all see what we pulled here. We got some double ties. This one here, this long popper, is 212s. It's a 25 footer. And then we got another double tie red oak and a hickory and another popper double. So they're coming around, they're learning. Some of it's been a challenge, but they're coming around. The cart makes it a whole lot easier pulling these doubles, especially if you got to go a little piece. All right, y'all, come here now. Easy, easy. That's good. Y'all did good that time. Overall, I'm really happy with this team. They pull good. They pull harder, more naturally than Kate and Alice does. They'll stay with a load a little bit better. They're a good pair. They're smart, you know, but they just got to learn to, they got to gain a little more confidence pulling, you know, and they're doing it. You know, every time we hook to a load, they get a little better and a little better. And they need to learn, you know, like when we unhook, they don't need to take off so hard. You know, they need to learn the difference between when we're loaded and when we're empty. But overall, I am well pleased. They're doing really good. I can't ask for nothing any better. One thing about using the cart in this particular situation keeps me from getting my doggone feet wet. All right, whoa, whoa. Now, Haw, come here, Haw. Haw, Haw, Haw. We may haul you. We may haul you. Haw, Haw. Haw, Haw. Easy does it now. Easy, Haw. Haw, Haw. Easy, easy, easy. All right. Whoa, Haw. Haw, Haw. Haw, whoa. Now, I'm gonna get off this cart for now because it backs easier if I get off of it. Now, I've got two tie doubles right there. Then I've got a double popper here. It's gonna be a little bit of a chore. And then we've got a red oak butt cut. But I've got some small cuts right over here. And what I've been doing so far today is I've been alternating a heavy drag with a light drag, and that keeps the mules going forward, keeps them more willing. So let's get in here. I think the next thing we need to do, let's go on and get these two poppers right here. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get my PV and roll this one over, get it closer together, and then we'll use the grabs just like we did last time. And I don't know if I'll be able to get it over. Come on, baby. I ain't gonna try too hard. I mean, I could get it a little bit better. But y'all, one thing about this stuff is you don't want to wear yourself out. prematurely if you can help it. Because as you can see, we've already got a lot done, but we've still got a long way to go. Now I like using the grabs when I can. Well, one reason is what we got going on right here. But the other reason is I don't have to square them up. The grabs will do that for me. Come on now. And see, then you wind up with stuff like this. There we go. And all this takes energy. It takes my energy, it takes the mule's energy. So everything you do is calculated off of energy. Because if you're wanting to get out much timber, and for us to fill up Big Red, we need 2,500 bore feet, roughly. And to get out 2,500, you got to save some energy and be smart. You can't just go in here willy-nilly and doing things thinking, you know, that you're gonna get plenty of production. It don't work that way. All right, so both my hooks are set. Now I can chain them to the cart. But y'all can see what I was talking about with them head grabs. You know, if you got two logs that's kind of close together, you just hammer one in one log, hammer it in the other log, hook the chain on it, and go. Now in this case, I could have hammered a grab in that one, pulled it up next to that one, hammered a grab in, and done the same thing. But I wanted to show y'all a couple different ways of doing it. Back up, back, back. Whoa. Now we'll take the one that's the furthest away first, which is this one. We'll ease it up here next to this other one. Sort of, as close as we can anyway. All right, G a little bit. G, G, come here. Whoa. Now haul, haul, whoop, haul, whoa, ho, whoa. Now, let me get my other chain. We'll hook both on. This takes a little more time doing it this way. That's why I like these big single cuts, and I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna get that one next, and you'll see what I'm talking about saving time and energy and all that mess. Whoa now, stand up a little. Whoa, a little hump right here, and I want to use this to get my logs higher. Gee, little. Whoop, 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 back. Back, back up, back. Whoa now. I see what the problem is. See what the problem is. There we go. Now we've got the mules loaded efficiently. They're not overloaded, but they're not underloaded either. So now we can go on. All right, May, June. Stand up now, quit that backing up. Now when they first go, I have to hold them pretty good because I do not like for them to slam a load. Don't like that. I like for them to tighten up slow and easy and then go on with it. Easy. All right. Whoa. Now they've been resting right here a few times today that we've had big drags. I wouldn't really call this a big drag, but it's plenty. It's 2 logs, a 12-foot and a 10-foot. But you know, when you're running a machine, if you load it too heavy, it's just gonna spin and tear the ground up, you know. If you load these mules too heavy, you're gonna wear them plumb out and you ain't gonna get done. You know, as you can see, we still got a ways to go. And we still got some big logs in there to get. And some of those big ones are right here across the creek. And I saved them right there for a reason. I started at the back and started working our way down here. Because if I have to, them big ones that are left right here across the creek, I'll run over and get them with the skid steer. You know, I won't have to make but 2 or 3 trips over there and I'll have all them. You know, in the meanwhile, the mules will have got the majority of them out. So people say, well, why don't you use your skid steer to get them out? Well, I would. In this case, I would run right over and get them big ones. But like I told y'all in the past, you don't want to do a whole lot of tracking on the skid steer if you can help it. Now, why I'm giving my mules a break here, I'm taking the time to explain to y'all why I do some of the things I do. And they need a break to get on up this little hill. Y'all can't see it, but right here in front of them, it goes uphill, up there on the landing. And then what we're going to do is what we've been doing. We're going to use old Red. He's parked down yonder. We're going to put these logs on old Red, carry them up to the main deck up top. There's no point in wearing the mules out when we got a perfectly good log truck that can get down here and get the logs up there for us. So we're trying to work smarter, not harder. But, you know, to get these bigger loads out like this with, you know, one team of mules, especially a pair of young mules, and I wouldn't really say that they're in good shape either, y'all. I haven't worked them a lot just because of the way this track of timber in here lays. It's been a lot of skid steer work. I have worked them more than Kate and Alice on this job, I will say that. But I've worked the skid steer a good bit too. So I wouldn't say they're in the best of shape, but buddy, when they do get in shape, they're gonna be something to see. Now, I'll tell you what, I really like this team. They're coming right along. All right, y'all, let's carry it on. May, June, come here now. Come here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Oh, me. Now, the tongue rearing up like that's because I was sitting on the back of the seat. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So that was my fault. It wasn't nothing to do with them. But we was able to recover. No harm, no foul. All right, let's get it on up in there. Come here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, yeet. Whoop, up, easy. Come here. Come here, May. Whoa. That's good. We about got all we can fit in this little old hole. Back up a little. Whoa. I'm gonna loosen my chains up first. And then, let me see if I can back this thing around. Back up. I don't know if that's gonna work. No. Come here. Whoa, ho. A little bit. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, man. I've been using my tongs a good bit doing this. That's why I got them on the cart. Normally, I use my tongs with the stretchers. But they work all right with the cart too. They'll just come loose if you ain't careful. All right, let me see what I'm gonna do here. Let's see, I think we're gonna be Tell you what we'll do. We'll just take and roll these logs back out the way. It'll be fine for them to stay right over here. Now maybe I can get backed up in there and give us enough room. All right, back up. Back, come on back. Back up. Back. Back, now haul. Haul. Haul, come here, haul. Whoop, whoop, whoa, whoa, now whoa. Now right there was something that a logging horse or logging mule has to learn. You know, how to back up around a tree like that. It's the finer points of driving for a logging mule or a logging horse, but it really makes life easy on the teamster once they learn it. All right, y'all, come here now. Easy. See, it took off a little bit hard there. I don't like that. I like for them to just ease off. They're anticipating the load and they're gonna have to learn different. Whoa. Let me get up here on this thing, keep from getting my feet wet. Alrighty, come here. Come here now. I have to make sure June stands up a little. Sometimes she'll back up first. We don't want that. Come here. Now they need to learn to just go easy. Going back, it gives them time to rest. And I let them take their time. I don't get them in no rush. Unless they're just about to stop, and then I might punch them up a little. But otherwise, I let them take their time and go slow as they want to go. I like my animals to walk slow anyhow. Come here. All right, now haul. Whoop, haul, haul, haul. Haul, haul. Easy. I know, I feel the same way. Come here. Haul. Easy, easy. Easy, easy now. It's all right. Don't get all bent out of shape. Whoa, now back. 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 Whoa, whoop. Man. Alrighty. Now we kind of got a little bit of an advantage here on this one. And I'll tell you when in just a second, as soon as I get this limb moved out of our way. It's up off the ground. Right here. And that makes a big difference. The days are getting shorter, that's for sure. Days are getting shorter and gonna be harder to get stuff done. I'm not the inventor of this cradle hitch by any means. I've used it a good bit, but I didn't invent it. I don't really know who invented it. I will say one thing though, whoever come up with it, it is a good thing. So whoever decided it, you know, whoever come up with it and decided it was a, you know, something cool to use, I sure am thankful for them. All right, so in this cradle hitch, we're gonna have 2 chains to come off. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna wait till I get the cart up here, get it a little bit more squared up, and then we'll hook on. Let me see, can I get them around in here a little better? Come here, little. Stand up. Whoa. Now back. 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 G. G, May. G, May. Whoop. Back. G. Stand up a little. Whoop. G. Whoa. Whoa. Back. It's all right, June. Whoa. All right, now I've got them. Whoa. Back. Whoa. Now that I've got them up here sort of closer to the tree, we'll go ahead and hook on. And on, you know, what this does, it's not rocket science. It just lifts the log at a lower point and gets the log up higher off the ground. I mean, that's the gist of it. Back up a little. Back. See if I can get a couple more chain links. Whoa. All right, that'll do right there. Whoa. It just gets the log up off the ground. And the more you can get it up off the ground, the better. And this double cut like we're pulling now, I can't explain it to you because of scientific evidence and all that mess. I can't give you the scientific reason why. But I will say this, a 300 board foot double cut long log will pull easier than say like a single cut 300 foot long that's big and fat, if that makes any sense. It just it does, and it's easier to hook up. I mean, even me setting that cradle hitch, y'all seen how long it took me to do it compared to them other ones a while ago. All right, May June, come here. Come here. Easy now, easy. And we got it up off the ground, and the mules are just able to handle it so much easier. May, get in there with her now. May. You gotta pull together. Come here. Whoa. All right. Man, I'm gonna let them catch their wind right here just a minute. And then we'll go right on with it. I believe this is a 21 footer, which would be 210s, I think. It might be 212s. I can't remember how I cut it. But the moral to the story is for today is on these double cuts and even triple cuts sometimes, depending on the size. On these double cuts, you know, it's a lot less work for me. And it ain't a whole lot more work for the mules because I'm going to load them double anyway, whether I'm pulling two singles or, you know, independent, or I'm pulling a long double like this. It's a lot more better for me to pull it like this. All right, y'all got your wind caught up? All right, May June, let's go on with it. Come here now. There you go, y'all got it. Man, that's a good way to stick on a load, y'all. Y'all did good. Come here. Whoa. All right, now this, I like to do this when they give me a good try and they do good. I come around here and I'll rub them on the neck. Y'all did a real good job sticking that load on that hill right there. Y'all stuck with it, drug it right on up there. I'm proud of you, proud of both of you. Man, they got their whole life ahead of them, y'all. Just 3 years old. I'm mighty proud of them. Whew. June, I never did put your old check on, girl. Either that or it come off. I think it just come off. Let me put you back on there. I don't check my mules up real high. I'd mainly do it to keep them from getting their head down. Now look down there on that log. Y'all see all that daylight under it? You know where we had it up in the air? Look at there. There ain't but about a quarter of it dragging back on the back end. And that's good. You know, this cradle hitch done its job. Getting it up in the air. It's just a good deal. Now if my cart didn't have this trip release, I'd be in a mess right now. I'd have to go get me a piece of wood and drag it up on it. All right, let me get gotta get my hammer here, and I need to put some grease on that hinge where it'll work better. Let's see now. I gotta get my chains undone. Now sometimes that can prove to be a challenge. Like this here. There we go. They get a little fouled up sometimes, and it can be a pain in the butt. All right, y'all, come here. Come here. Oh. Whoop, easy. Easy now, come here. Whoa, whoa. All right, they got the chain out from under it. Now, I'm gonna take the PV and try to roll it over. Save us a little bit of room up here on the deck. All right, that'll do. That'll save us a little bit of room anyway.